Ebigambo byagayegayedde eno anti tuli mu Parliament. General Katumba Wamala ali mu maziga mayitirivu, ali mu kuba wano nawali kubagana mpawa kubanga ebule ennaku 5 zokka ekisaawe Kyenyonyi Entebe Kyakugalwawo ekitaddamu kukkirizibwa kugwako nnyonyi n'emu oba okusitukako ennyonyi n'emu kubanga ekisaawe kino Tekitukagana Namutindo Gwansi Yona amateeka agakolebwa eyo mu ggwanga la America ag'ebisaawe by'ennyonyi. Anti waliwo amateeka gatatuukiriza ku kisaawe Kyenyonyi Entebe agazuuliddwa nga bikontana n'omutindo gw'ekisaawe ky'Entebe gw'ekisaawe ky'ennyonyi mu nsi yonna. Anti ebintu bingi tebikolebwanga mu kisaawe ky'ennyonyi Entebe wano. Waliwo emize mingi emikyamu emivundu ku kisaawe ky'ennyonyi Entebe nga tegikkirizika ku mutendera gw'ensi yonna ogw'ebisaawe by'ennyonyi. N'olwekyo ekisaawe ky'ennyonyi Entebe abakikulira abakikulembera buli muntu yenna baweereddwa okutuuka nga 7 omwezi guno singa ensonga ezo ziba tezikoleddwako kigenda kusazibwamu mu lukalala lw'ebisaawe by'ensi yonna ebikkirizibwa okugwako ennyonyi n'okusitukako ennyonyi. Kakati nekiri mu Parliament kubagana mpawa abasajja bali mu kuduma akasente kaabwe kabadde bataddemu akanji aka business ke bateekawo abachina bafunemu omudidi bali ensimbi z'abachina mpitirivu ekisaawe kigenda kubanga kikyakola kitegeeza omuchina agenda kufuna ekintu ekirala kyawamba okujjamu ensimbi ze zawanja wano mu ggwanga Uganda anti badde bakibanga bakiteeka mu mannya g'abachina abachina bakikolaganako mbu be basooloza ensimbi kisaawe ekyo bwe kiba tekikyakola omukyana batalina waasololeza nsimbi kiba kitegeeza General Museveni kagenda kumujjuutuka abachina bamumaliriza mu faamu ye nga batwala ente ze basobole okwesasula. Kati nno nsaba tugende mu Parliament olabe General Katumba Wamala nga yanja ensonga zino konsaani ze we ziri obulumi bwe buli okusinziira ku mateeka ag'e Geneva eyo gye batagoberera Geneva ndowooza Geneva eyo mu mawanga g'abazungu gye byatandikira eby'ebisaawe by'ennyonyi gye baakolera amateeka amanene agakwasaganya ebisaawe by'ennyonyi bye birina okugoberera ate ng'ekisaawe ky'Entebe tekigagoberera era nga bintu bingi tebiriiwo. Kati nno kyakugalwa nga 7 omwezi guno olwaliro bwe ziba nnaku za mwezi 2 kitegeeza buli ennaku 5 bwe ziti ekisaawe Kyenyonyi Entebe kiggalwe nga temukyafulumirawo mulina kulinnya ne mugende Kenya oba e Rwanda oba e Burundi ne mugendereyo oba Tanzania naye nga twakyali ayita Entebe nira twali nnyonyi n'emu egwawo. Katugende tubiwulire ebigambo si byangu nnyo ane twesabire e Uganda yaffe. General Katumba.
For the order paper.
Katumba Wamala.
Second reading. The Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023.
General Katumba Wamala. Jango bitugambe.
Honourable Minister. Honourable Minister, you already called you.
Right Honourable Speaker, thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and members. Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023 be read the second time.
Is the motion seconded? Ayotoni, Honourable Muroni, Attorney General, the PDF, Amoti, Christine, Kasoro, Amero, Aber, Rutamaguzi, Santa, Wadiomu, Milton, Mushemeza, Gabriel. All right, Honourable Minister, you can use a minute to speak to your motion.
Right Honourable Speaker, the Civil Aviation Amendment Bill 2023 was read for the first time on 30th January 2024, pursuant to Rule 129 of the Rules of Procedure of the Parliament of Uganda 2021. The bill was referred to the Sectoral Committee on physical infrastructure for scrutiny. The object of the bill is to ensure that Uganda is in compliance and satisfactory performance in the Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program that commenced on the 6th of September 2023. The first phase ended and the second phase is on now, ending on the 8th of February 2024, and to ensure the safety and security of Uganda's aviation sector. The Sectoral Committee on Physical Infrastructure has concluded consultations on the bill and is ready to report on the same. Right, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Colleagues, I didn't call the sub-items under 3 because the Minister had already reached out to me and he had requested that he will be ready next week. Honorable Minister, you promised when? Which day next week? On Tuesday?
Right, Honorable Speaker, on Tuesday, I'll bring a full report on the 2 items.
Yes, on the roads, issue of Kampala Jinja Expressway, then Nebigori Paida Zomba Road on Tuesday next week. The Minister had reached out to me. So, Chair, Honorable Watkins, you have a procedure matter?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. Thank you very much. Globally, and this is applied nationally, and it can also be applied locally. Presidential directive, Mr. Speaker. We have one president, and as a country, we can only have one president at a time. But there is this animal in the room, or even in Uganda, called presidential directive. A presidential directive forms into executive orders that have force of law and effect, or effect and order of law. Mr. Speaker, sir, when King was or had the opportunity to meet up with the president, he did ask for the international airport, especially in Kasese. I followed, yes, it's a procedural issue. The minister is here and he will be on the floor on Tuesday. The same president gave a directive to the minister to work on the international bridge, Mr. Speaker. As we speak right now, the minister or his colleagues have not made it a point to go and check on the bridge and the business, and we as a country are losing revenue. Mr. Speaker, sir, wouldn't it be procedurally right that when the minister shows up on Tuesday, he also ropes that in to update the nation, because as a country, we're losing quite a lot in terms of revenue and also livelihood, as far as the Kasese population is concerned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, honorable colleagues, you see, when I followed the rules strictly, I ended up annoying my colleagues here. So I didn't want to annoy another one immediately right away. Okay? But procedure should be on what is going on there and then. Okay? Should be about what is going on there and then. Only was John wants to disturb me, so no, please. Yes, what's going on there and then, okay? So that's procedure should be about that. So I would really indulge you, but Honorable Minister, you've picked the point. Please, on Tuesday when you're coming, follow up on that. Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues. This is a report of the Committee on Physical Infrastructure on Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023. I table the report and the minutes of the meeting. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the introduction is that Civil Aviation Amendment Bill 2023 was read for the first time on Tuesday, 30th January 2024, and referred to the Committee on Physical Infrastructure in accordance with Rules 128 and 129 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament for consideration and report to the House. The object of the bill, the policy and principles of this bill are to amend Civil Aviation Authority Act Cap 354 to bring it conformity with the Convention on the International Civil Aviation, Chicago Convention, to provide for delegation of powers to inspectors to have unrestricted access to aircraft, aerodromes, and aviation facilities, including cargo and records of aviation organizations under Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. To enable Uganda Civil Aviation Authority to recognize agreements of third-party states who are signatories to Article 83 bis of the Chicago Convention relating to transfer of functions and duties, and prescribe additional offenses. The amendment of the Act is intended to ensure Uganda's compliance and satisfactory performance in the Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program that commenced on 6 September 2023, and to ensure the safety and security of Uganda's aviation sector. The methodology: the committee held meetings and received memoranda from the following: the one, Minister of Works and Transport; two, the Office of Attorney General; three, Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. Committee observations. The committee observed the following: Uganda, being a signatory to the International Convention of Civil Aviation, ICAO 1994, is obliged under Article 37 of the Convention to comply with ICAO international standards and recommended practices contained in the 19 annexes to the Convention. The ICAO Universal Safety Oversight Audit Program, USAP, for Uganda, that was carried out between 6th to 18th September 2023, was intended to monitor Uganda's compliance with ICAO safety-related SAPs or safety oversight obligations under the Convention, audited two critical elements relating to primary aviation and legislation and regulation made under primary aviation legislation, and identified gaps both in the primary aviation legislation and Civil Aviation Act, which, if not addressed immediately, could affect several audit areas and consequently expose the country to adverse audit findings that could have far-reaching implications to the country, including a finding of significant safety concern. The bill proposes to empower the director to delegate his powers, that is 3 powers, to inspectors to have unrestricted access to aircraft, aerodromes, and aviation facilities, including cargoes and records of aviation organizations under Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. 4, the bill proposes to enable the Uganda Civil Aviation Authority to recognize agreements of third-party states who are signatories to Article 83 bis of the Chicago Convention relating to transfer of functions and duties. 5, the bill proposes to prescribe additional offenses and stringent penalties for certain offenses. 6, there is a need to harmonize the provision for various offenses arising from acts of unlawful interference. These offenses are prescribed in Clause 10 under the proposed Section 64D. The proposed Section 64D, Clause 1, creates an offense against a person who unlawfully seizes an aircraft or engages in the unlawful seizure of an aircraft punishable by imprisonment for life, and yet some offenses created under the above mentioned clause are similar to the offense of terrorism created under the Anti-Terrorism Act 2002, are punishable by death. Right, Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, 7 here, clause 1 seeks to amend section 2 of the Act to define acts of unlawful interference. 8, clause 2 seeks to amend section 6 of the Act, provide for additional functions of the Civil Aviation Authority to include safety oversight of air navigation services and safety oversight of aerodromes. 9, clause 3 seeks to amend section 15A of the Act, provide for additional powers of the Director General. 10, clause 4 seeks to amend section 15 to allow the Director General delegate his or her powers to an employee of the authority as appropriate. 11, clause 5 seeks to amend section 38A to provide for the objective of ever investigation of an accident or serious incident as being to determine the safety factors and, where possible, the probable cause and the prevention of accidents or serious incidents. Clause 6 seeks to amend section 38B by substituting for the word incident wherever it occurs the word serious incident to comply with CAO standards. Clause 7 seeks to amend section 38C by substituting for the word incident wherever it occurs the words serious incident to comply with ICAO standards, and further to allow the investigators to have timely uninterrupted access and control over an aircraft accident or serious incident site, including wreckage, investigation materials, evidence, and documents, including aircraft service records and recorders. Clause 8 seeks to amend section 39A to allow an inspector to have unrestricted and unlimited access to any part of the aircraft, aerodrome land, or area outside the aerodrome used by any business that operates at an aerodrome, and any records and information that may be required during the conducting of an inspection.
Honorable Chair, we shall go through these clauses at committee stage. Can you go to the recommendations?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the committee recommends as follows. The committee recommends that government considers the additional amendments in order to sufficiently address the ICAO audit findings. The committee recommends that the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023 be passed into law subject to proposed amendments. Then,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
For the proposed amendments, we shall handle them at committee stage. Honorable colleagues, this is mainly more or less just comply with international standards. So I don't know really the debate we would want to have on this. Why don't we go on committee stage? Honorable Cyrus?
Chair, Right Honorable Speaker, I wanted first of all to commend the committee. And I wish all chairpersons would behave like that. When you are given a work, deliver within 3 days and we go. I think that should be the way. In the similar vein, we should be bringing the legal aid bill here and we deal with it. I want to move that we go for committee stage straight away because I don't see any controversies in this or on compliance issues. You know, when it comes to issues of aviation, the sector is heavily sensitive. So we must align ourselves to the international conventions and the agreements. I agree with the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I now put the question that the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023 be read the second time. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
The Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023, Bills Committee stage. Clause 1.
Chair,
Mr. Chair, proposed amendments to the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023, Clause 1, amendment of Section 2 of the Civil Aviation Authority Act. Clause 1 of the bill is amended, A, by substituting for paragraph B the following: B, damage or destruction of an aircraft in service. B, in paragraph D and E, by substituting for the word airport the word aerodrome. Justification: to comply with the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 17 of the Chicago Convention.
Chair.
And this, yes, this goes along with E.
Paragraph D and E.
Yes, paragraph D and E. Much obliged.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Chair, I agree with the proposed amendment.
Thank you.
I agree with the proposal.
Thank you. I put the question that clause 1 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 1 as amended.
I put the question that clause 1 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Chair,
Clause 2, amendment of Section 6 of Principal Act. Clause 2 of the bill.
no, I think you needed, you had a new clause, Chair.
Yes. It was a misread. Sorry. It is Section 5 of the Principal Act is amended by numbering the existing provision as subsection 1 and by inserting immediately after subsection 1 the following. 2, the primary objective relating to aviation security in Uganda is to ensure the safety of passengers, crew, ground personnel, and the general public in all matters relating to safeguarding against acts of unlawful interference with civil aviation in order to ensure that the aviation security remains the highest of priorities when related decisions are made. Justification: to comply with the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 17 of the Chicago Convention.
Honorable Minister, I'll first listen to the Minister.
Chair, I agree with the proposed amendment.
Chair,
Honorable Singoma.
Chair, I would like to propose that the terms aerodromes and airport as they occur in clause 2 and 1 are defined in the interpretation clause.
Honorable Chair, I wanted to respond to that.
Because they are taken care of in the definitions in the Principal Act.
Yeah, because Chair, why I'm asking, when I look at your amendments, you wanted to insert a new clause immediate after clause 1, and I'm reading from your report. Yeah, just go back because I'm following.
Thank you
I
very
read
much.
through your report, and that's what I'm following.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Chair. On page 6, there is a
So
proposed.
before we go to clause 5, which you are
Yes,
talking about,
yes,
let us,
yes.
immediate after clause 1.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Chair. Immediately after clause 1, we propose an insertion of a new clause immediately after clause 1. And the bill is amended by inserting immediately after clause 1 the following amendments of section 5 of the Principal Act. The bill is amended by inserting immediately after clause 1 the following amendments of section 5 of Principal Act. And I will repeat, section 5 of the Principal Act is amended A, by numbering the existing provision as subsection 1, and B, by inserting immediately after subsection 1 the following. 2, the primary objective relating to aviation security in Uganda is to ensure the safety of passengers, crew, ground personnel, and the general public in all matters relating to safeguarding against acts of unlawful interference with civil aviation, in order to ensure that aviation security remains the highest of priorities when related decisions are made. Justification: to comply with the International Civil Aviation Organization ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 17 of the Chicago Convention. Thank you very much, Right Honorable Chair.
Yeah,
Honorable Chair, I agree with the proposed amendment.
thank you. Honorable colleague.
Honorable Chair, I concede.
Yeah, thank you. Attorney General, I shouldn't be disturbing you because you're one. A minister can only bring what you've advised him. I don't want to disturb
Most
you.
obliged.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I put a question that clause 1 be amended. No, I put a question that a new clause be inserted as proposed. Those in favor say and the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2.
Right Honorable Chair, clause 2, amendment of section 6 of Principal Act. Clause 2 of the bill is amended by inserting immediately after paragraph QH the following. Q1, establishing a unit responsible for aviation security. And the justification is to require CCA to establish a unit responsible for aviation security in compliance with ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided for in Annex 17 of the Chicago Convention. So this is a requirement still by ICAO. Thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, I agree with the proposed amendment as demanded.
Thank you. Honorable Attorney General.
While I agree to the proposed amendment, the wording should change to say the establishment of a unit, because it is this section that is establishing the unit. It should read the establishment of a unit responsible for aviation security.
Chair,
It's okay, Right Honorable Chair, I concede.
as if it's grudging, okay.
No,
No, it's okay. Honorable colleagues, I put the question that clause 2 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 2 as amended.
I put the question that clause 2 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
Chair,
Thank you once again, Right Honorable Chair. Clause, there's an insertion of a new clause immediately after clause 2. The bill is amended by inserting immediately after clause 2 the following amendment of section 7 of the Principal Act. Section 7 of the Principal Act is amended in subsection 2 by deleting the words "and security and paragraph." In paragraph I, by inserting immediately after paragraph K, the following: I, to conduct aviation security audits, inspections, security tests, investigations, and vulnerability assessment and M, to develop aviation security policies and requirements. Justification: to comply with the requirements of ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 17 of the Chicago Convention.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Chair, I agree with the proposed amendments.
Honorable colleagues, I put the question. Yes, Honorable Cyrus.
Just wanted to inquire from the committee and the minister about the frequency of the inspections, whether in the international benchmark, they are not provided for. The frequency, if you are going to conduct safety inspections, for instance, are they talking about how often we do them? Is it necessary?
No, the inspections which we are talking about here, Chair and honorable members, is inspection by our inspectors, national inspectors, who are allowed to carry out inspection of aircraft, including all associated issues with the aircraft, including even the pilots at any one time. So this is different from the audits which come, after many years. Yeah, the inspection you cannot dictate, because the inspector should be free to call out an inspection at any one time for the safety of the passengers and the aircraft.
Thank you. Colleagues, I put the question that a new clause be inserted in the bill as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 3.
Chair. No, honorable colleagues, in clause 3, I put the question that clause 3 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 4.
I put the question that clause 4 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5.
Chair.
Thank you again, Right Honorable Chair. Insertion of new clause immediately after clause 4. The bill is amended by inserting immediately after clause 4 the following: amendment of section 38 of Principal Act. Section 38 of Principal Act is amended by inserting immediately before the word incident, wherever it appears in the provision, the word serious. Justification: it is a consequential amendment arising from the amendment in clause 5, 6, and 7 of the bill.
Honorable colleagues, consequential amendments come after we have finished our primary clauses. Okay? So this one, let's stand over it. We shall come back after, because we might refuse to amend the other ones when we've already done the consequential. Chair. No, Honorable,
On the
what?
same, wanted to seek clarification from the chair.
No, but the clause he has just read, we've stood over it. And on consequential amendments, there is no question. Because they are coming as a consequence of amending the other clauses.
Clause 5.
Chair,
Right Honorable Chair, clause 5, amendment of section 38B of Principal Act. For clause 5, there is substituted the following: amendment of section 38B of Principal Act. The Principal Act is amended: A, by numbering the current provision as subsection 1, then B, by substituting for the word incident wherever it appears the words serious incident. C, by inserting immediately after subsection 1 the following: the chief investigator shall cause an investigation to be carried out where an aircraft accident or serious incident occurs in any of the following circumstances: A, where the accident or serious incident occurs in Uganda. B, where the accident or serious incident occurs in any non-contracting state which does not intend to carry out an investigation of the accident or serious incident and involves an aircraft registered in Uganda or an aircraft operated by an operator whose principal base of operation is in Uganda. C, where the accident or serious incident involves an aircraft registered in Uganda or an aircraft operated by an operator in Uganda, and the investigation has been delegated to Uganda by another contracting state by mutual arrangement and consent. Or D, where the accident or serious incident occurs in a location that cannot be definitely established as being in the territory or any state and involves an aircraft registered in Uganda. 3, the chief investigator may, where he or she expects to draw air safety lessons from an accident or serious incident, cause an investigation to be carried out into an accident or serious incident which occurs in Uganda or outside Uganda, involving an aircraft registered in Uganda or an aircraft operated by an operator in Uganda. 4, clause 4, the chief investigator may appoint any person as an advisor to assist in carrying out an investigation. 5, the chief investigator may, with approval of the minister, delegate the task of carrying out an investigation into an accident or serious incident to another contracting state or an accident investigation authority by mutual arrangement and consent. Justification: to comply with the requirements of ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security and provided in Annex 13 of the Chicago Convention.
yes, Honorable Songo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Could we The Attorney General would come in on this. Chief Investigator, who is he? Can we qualify him? Is he trained in aviation authority, in aviation? Can we qualify that so that we don't create any chief investigator? Thank you.
Honorable Minister, you can answer that.
Thank you, Chair. Honorable Chair and members, yes, the chief investigator must be a highly qualified a person who has been in the airline industry for a long time and we normally screen them and look at their CVs, either a retired pilot, an engineer, or somebody who has really been in the air industry. It's not that any person can become a chief investigator.
I think we are together.
Yes.
So can we draft it properly, or we define him in the interpretation section?
We'll define it in the interpretation.
Honorable Mshemeza.
Thank you, Chair. Listening to the grounds that make the investigator to order an investigation, I can see they are limited to where the accident has taken. Why don't you? Yes, where it has taken place. That's why I say in Uganda, outside Uganda. Why are we not also bringing in grounds of suspected cause, say terrorism or negligence? We are limiting it to where? What about the suspected cause?
Attorney General.
An incident, a serious incident could have been caused by terrorism. But I can see the grounds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are in the context of where the serious incident has taken place. Why don't we also have a ground of the suspected cause of the serious accident, e.g. terrorism?
Chair, if I may respond to Professor Mshemeza, he's introducing terrorism. This is about investigation. An investigation would cover anything if it includes terrorism. It is intended to discover the cause, and terrorism could be part of it. So we do not need to limit ourselves by being specific to terrorism. We are simply opening up to investigation. And if it involves terrorism, it will be investigated as well. Yeah, it might be a pilot's error, it might be weather, it might be birds, and several other causes. Yes.
Yeah, honorable colleagues, these are issues which the auditors who have conducted the audit have said you must address if Entebe is to continue receiving aircraft. Okay, so we are coming to comply. We have no much say about them. Either we do them or Entebe stops. Yes, and these are requirements. This is what ICAO has told us to do. So we have less leverage, and it must be done before 7th of this month. Okay, and I cautioned the committee, and you see, that's why this is an amendment from the committee. I told the committee, go and ensure that you see what the Chicago Convention says, and this is what we want captured, so that we don't have issues again of gaps. And that's what they've done. Honorable Amero.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I've listened carefully. They're saying investigation when a serious accident or incident has happened. There are aircrafts that are actually in dangerous mechanical conditions. Wouldn't it warrant that this is checked before we get into that serious incident? So I'm proposing that probably these auditors should be allowed to check the aircraft to see the airworthiness before they're allowed to fly into our airspace or even outside our airspace.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Chair, and I appreciate the members' concern. Now, we need to separate two things. We talked about the inspector. The inspector would be the one to establish that that aircraft is not airworthy, and he has authority to stop an aircraft from taking off. He has authority to stop a pilot from getting into the cockpit if he is not satisfied. Now, on this one, we are looking at an accident. An accident has happened. According to ICAO standards, we must have an investigation group which investigates these serious incidences and accidents.
Thank you.
And that's the reason for this
I
one.
put the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay.
Clause 5 as amended.
Please, I haven't pronounced. Attorney General.
Chair, I just typing error. I wanted to make a correction on proposed C, where they wrote the word investigations. I wanted to remove letter S to make investigation has been delegated.
Yeah, that's a cleanup we do.
Thank you.
As Parliament here.
Thank you.
Yeah, we usually do that cleanup as Parliament. Honorable colleagues, I put the question that clause 5 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 5 as amended.
I put the question that clause 5 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 6.
I put the question that clause 6 stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 7.
Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Clause 7, amendment of section 38C of Principal Act, clause 7 of the bill is amended by A, substituting for paragraph B the following, by substituting for subsection 2 the following. 2, the chief investigator, deputy chief investigator, or an investigator shall not, in the course of an investigation, disclose the following documents to any person for purposes other than accident or serious incident investigations. A, cockpit records. B, records from interviews with persons by the investigation authorities in the course of the investigation. C, communications between persons having been involved in the operation of the aircraft. D, medical or private information regarding persons involved in the accident or serious incident. E, recordings and transcripts of recordings from air traffic control units. F, analysis of and opinions about information, including flight recorder information made by the Accident Investigation Authority and accredited representatives in relation to the accident or serious incident. G, a draft final report of an accident or serious incident investigation. And H, any other investigation records. B, by inserting immediate after the proposed subsection 2A, the following: the chief investigator, deputy chief investigator, or an investigator shall protect the aircraft wreckage and accident site from access by unauthorized persons, pilfering, or deterioration. Justification: to comply with the requirements of ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 13 of the Chicago Convention.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Chair, I agree with the proposed amendment.
Thank you. Honorable Enos.
Thank you so much, Chair. I see the report is more of replacing incident, of course, with serious accidents, serious incidents. My concern or clarification I'm seeking from the minister and the team, what happens to the small occurrences that might lead to these serious accidents? Who investigates them, or how do we deal with them in the act?
Thank you. And Honorable Batua, I'll first pick those who have been and followed by Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I've come following up a number of aircraft accidents, and I've come to note that there are two competing companies. One is American and the other one is European. That is Airbus and Boeing on the other side. So I do feel like there is a need to really hide or conceal some of the information at the time of the accident because of the implication on those business giants. But at the same time, I've noted during that time that families are in very deep sorrow, so much that government has a duty to keep releasing some information periodically that has some form of evidence. So I see a contradiction with this statement that denies the chief investigator an opportunity to really release credible information to the public, because there will be a lot of social media and all that. So I don't know whether that is a fear that we can address ourselves with at this point, or we just comply with what the other people want us to do. Thank you.
Okay. Let me first answer these two, then you add on about.
Thank you, Chair. The one was about a small
accident.
incident. For example, if there's a tire burst of an aircraft, that would not call for an investigation, because it's a small incident. Otherwise, every time there is something small, you have the investigation group to assemble to investigate. That's why we say serious incident. And like I think honorable members, you remember the incident we had with one of our aircrafts from a neighboring country. That was a serious incident and had to be investigated. And then a real accident where the aircraft is an aircraft crash, that will be investigated. Okay. Now, the issue of the investigator preserving most of the information is because you don't have to, you have to protect, first of all, you protect also the pilots, the operators, and you don't just need to release information anyhow. If the investigator is given that leeway to just be reducing, first of all, you may find even the investigation is going to not take more than 2 days or 3 days, and he doesn't have all the details. So you can't just allow him to be releasing piecemeal information. And also after the investigation, because as you'll see later, most of the investigation is not for fault finding. It's not done to come up with a criminal act. It's mostly done to find the causes so that in future, those causes are avoided.
Thank you. Now, I had around Honorable Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. If I can first comment, Right Minister, Honorable Minister, a tire burst is not a minor occurrence. An occurrence on an aircraft can be fatal. But having said that, the clarification I would like to seek from my chairman, I can see that 38C2 already provides for concealment of information. A chief investigator and the investigators shall not disclose cockpit records and other investigation records for purposes other than accident or incident investigations. I don't know what is this lacking that calls for the insertion you are requesting to make.
No, she has said that what you're requesting under clause, yes, is already covered. Under 2, yes.
It's already covered under 38C2.
Yes. Yes, Honorable Cyrus.
Chair,
Mugore.
when it comes to restriction of information, I have seen when we're making laws here, we normally provide an exception. For instance, if there is an order of the court of competent jurisdiction, what do you do? So I don't know whether the committee thought about this, providing an exception that when it is ordered by court that this information is needed, then it can be released.
It's a general principle in law. For every general rule, there is an exception.
Yes.
It's already always provided.
But it's not written here. So
you don't need to, because the court, okay, has that power. And that's compliant.
Honorable Chair, thank you for the opportunity. Just in regard to what the minister has raised, whatever qualification it is for serious and minor incident, this is something that has not been, we've provided for serious incident. I think our colleague, the question was asking, where are the procedures that are going to handle the minor incidents. And should be provided here that apart from the serious incident, the minor incidents will be handled this way. I think that's the clarity I wanted to make.
Honorable Seungu.
Mr. Chairman, I think the honorable member should bring a provision for that, and then we insert it. But what I'm saying is that in the title of the bill, the Chicago Convention is already mentioned. And I think as you get it, it will be clean up. If it will be clean up, we can't express in our bill all sections of the Chicago Convention in every section of our bill.
Thank you.
I pray, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. And honorable colleagues, you see, this is an amendment bill. So it's only providing for what is not provided for. Okay? And the gaps. So it's just for filling these gaps. So those ones which are not mentioned are already adequately provided for in the primary law. Okay? Honorable colleagues, I put a question that clause 7B. No. Honorable colleagues, I put a question that clause 7B amended as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 7 as amended.
I put a question that clause 7 as amended stands as part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 8.
Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Clause 8, amendment of section 39A of Principal Act. The bill is amended in clause 8 by inserting immediately after the proposed subsection 2B the following. C, interview any person for the purpose of assessing the standard of security or the implementation of the security procedures. D, inspect and test the effectiveness of security measures, procedures, and performance of security equipment. And E, take or use at an airport, airside area, or any designated security risk area, any equipment, radios, cameras, recording devices, both audio and video, special restricted or prohibited items such as replica weapons or simulated explosive devices necessary to carry out his or her duties. Justification to comply with the requirements of ICAO standards and recommended practices relating to aviation security as provided in Annex 17 to the Chicago Convention.
Honorable Minister.
Honorable Chair and members, I concede to the amendment.
Thank you. I put the question that clause 8 as amended stands part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the content. No. No, sorry. I put a question that clause 8 be amended as proposed. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 8 as amended.
I put the question that clause 8 as amended stands as part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. Ayes have it.
Clause 9.
I put the question that clause 9 stands as part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it.
Clause 10.
I put the question that clause 10 stands as part of the bill. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. So consequential amendment.
Right Honorable Chair, insertion of new clause immediately after clause 4. The bill is amended by inserting immediately after clause 4 the following. Amendment of section 38 of Principal Act. Section 38 of the Principal Act is amended by inserting immediately before the word incident wherever it appears in the provision, the word serious. Justification, it is a consequential amendment arising from the amendment in clause 5, 6, and 7 of the bill.
I put the question that a new clause be inserted in the bill as proposed. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. Yes.
I was seeking for in the interpretation section to define who the chief investigator is for purposes of clarity. So, Mr. Chairman,
But that can't be a consequential amendment.
that's
not. That's not a consequential amendment. Okay. Honorable colleagues, we have assessed, please, we have assessed this bill and it is meeting the objectives. Okay? Because it was addressing the gaps in inspection, what we were told to do. And they've been catered for. Let us not go beyond. Honorable Aisha, you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Chair.
you. Thank you, Honorable Saungu.
Chair, I had wanted to clarify the fears of my leader that investigator is actually defined in the Principal Act as he desires.
Thank
It's
you.
already defined.
Thank you.
Title.
Now you're my counsel. Yes. I put the question that the title stands part of the bill. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Motion for the House to resume.
Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Chair. I beg to move that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House do report thereto.
I put the question that the House do resume and the Committee of the whole House reports thereto. Those in favor say aye and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Report from the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House adopts the report of the Committee of the whole House. With amendments. Sorry.
Thank you. The report of the whole House, with you want it amended? Oh, yeah. The House has considered. Yeah? Okay.
Right Honorable Speaker, I beg to be guided, but I beg to move that the House adopts the committee report.
No, Honorable Minister, I need a report.
Pardon?
I need a report. We considered the clauses.
Okay.
We inserted new ones, amended.
Yes, I beg to report that the Committee of the whole House has considered the bill entitled the Civil Aviation Amendment Bill 2023 and passed it with amendments.
Thank you. Well done, Honorable Minister.
Motion for adoption of the report of the Committee of the whole House.
Honorable Minister, again, I need you for the motion.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the report from the Committee of the whole House be adopted.
I put a question that the report of the Committee of the whole House be adopted. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
Bill third reading.
Honorable Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Civil Aviation Amendment Bill 2023 be read the third time and do pass.
I put the question that the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2023 be read the third time and do pass. Those in favor say and to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it.
a bill for an act entitled the Civil Aviation Authority Amendment Bill 2024.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, congratulations. Your bill has passed. Honorable Chair, thank you very much for the job well done. And I want to thank you, honorable colleagues who have been here with us. Honorable Chair, do you want to say anything? Do you have anything to say?
Sir? Thank you.
It's a culture that we thank members
Right,
for the support.
Thank you, Right Honorable. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, the team that we have been working with, my committee, the Physical Infrastructure Committee, and the entire House. I want to thank you for the support and dedication that you have put this bill. Thank you very much. For any other thanking, the Right Honorable Speaker will do the needful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, you gave us a crash program. Do you have any word? You gave us a crash program, a crash assignment. Do you have any words for members?
Right Honorable Speaker, I'll join my chair.
Honorable colleagues, please listen to the minister. He might give you carvers. Please just.
Right Honorable Speaker and members, I want to join my chair to thank the House. First of all, to thank the Committee of Infrastructure. They really worked beyond the call of duty, plus the technical team. They had to burn the candle to meet the directive of the Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you very much. Thank you for the cooperation. I'd like to thank the whole House. Members, thank you for the cooperation. This is in the interest of our air industry. We need our air industry to grow. We are trying to make our company a hub within the region. And if we are going to do that, we must meet the international ICAO standards. And this is what we are doing today. What we are addressing today are the gaps which were identified by the other audit and which would have an impact on the audit which is being carried out now. So we want to have everything in place. Mainly it was legal issues, and I think we have done that. So I want to thank you very much for all that you have done. Thank you. The party?
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Minister. The minister came to me when he was in a dilemma, and I assured him that this House is always ready to support as long as you come in the right way, and you know, we are always ready. He's asking me when you're making the pronouncement on Carver. Thank you. Yes, I'm looking at our time. No, we have a lot of time, okay? Because I have a lot of business which I want. We have some pending reports, really, which have been pending. I want them cleared next week, and yet we have very important issues. As I'm trying to see, I want to establish quorum once again for the next bill. So I needed to see if there are members outside. They come in. So yes. Yes, honorable colleagues, as we wait for that, I want to see if there are more colleagues who can come in. I remember I gave an assignment to the committee.
Byebyo ebiri mu parliament wayisiddwawo entereza mu tteeka eribadde erikulembera Ekisawe Kyenyonyi Entebe badde nga standards ezimu tezituukirizibwa kati bigenda kukolebwako era ekisaawe kibadde kyakugalwawo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 7 omwezi guno singa ebyetaagisa bibadde tebituukiriziddwa naye parliament ebikutte kutte mavumbavumba negezaako kubiyisaawo ebyetaagisa kati bigenda bba bikolebwako tuyinza okuba nga ekisaawe kyaffe kiyinza okusigala nga kikola biba bikoleddwako mangu n'emiro kale byebyo ebiri mu parliament mbaagala nnyo mwenna abaliko mwebali kubaako notugobereranga omukama Katonda nsaba bankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu okubigamba batayi mweraba